It's like with animals, right? Animals, you know how they say you shouldn't hit animals and stuff. Animals hit their own children. Do you know this? Like they would bite their children when their children go off track and stuff to let them know that don't do that shit. That shit will get you killed. You know. So I don't know, man. There might be levels to this shit. You might get to a point where the child is just going to kill themselves. You know what I'm saying? And you're just like, don't do that shit. You know what I'm saying? You're going to die.
Hi, my name is Shalewa.
My name is Temetope Shabazz.
My name is Folashade.
My name is Simi.
My name is Ifeoluwa.
My name is Oladipo Olateju.
Hello, my name is Jason J.
My name is Gloria.
My name is Jaji.
My name is Oluwayimisola.
I'm Ibukun. Yeah. I'm correcting the child, like firmly. Yeah.
I guess it'd probably be to set ground rules that, okay, this is how things are supposed to go.
To be very honest, I really do not know too, because discipline, everybody keeps saying is trying to tell the child what the right or wrong thing to do is. But even right or wrong is subjective and is dependent on the parent. But basically, to cut the long story short, disciplining a child is showing them how to live, I guess.
Correcting the child, making sure the child goes in the right path and not the wrong one.
To be honest, I don't know. I don't know, man.
I think setting rules, setting boundaries for the child, it doesn't have to be physical discipline. It doesn't have to be you beating your child. Discipline could come in any form. You could set rules, set boundaries, give punishment, seize gadgets, stuff like that.
To correct the child, tell him what not to do, and just stay him in the right path of safety. Yeah, that's what it is.
No, I do not. I mean, most people would not agree with me, but then I don't see the need to beat the child to enforce something. It just makes it more because you're supposed to be a parent, you're supposed to be somebody that the child goes to like first if anything happens. So it's like if they beat their child often to discipline the child, it just be like the child just be very distant. So I don't think there's a need to beat the child to discipline.
No. I don't like beating kids. I hate it.
Nope. When I was a child, I was beaten. And, well, I'm disciplined, but I can't say it's because of the beatings I got. So, no.
Nah, you just make the child very worse. Cause me as a child, when I do something, I'll be like, my mom will just beat me, and I'll do it because they will just beat me.
No, I do not. I think everybody has done the same thing the same way for generations, and nobody is trying to look for alternatives. So I think it is quite lazy to say that it is necessary to beat kids. I feel like there are different ways to do things now. Babies, when you take time from the beginning, I can't say for sure, I've not had a child before, but I feel like they are human beings, and the earlier you start to train them, the better. But here in Nigeria especially, everybody is just having kids. They don't think about these things. They feel like it should be done the same way. It's expected of them. They don't give it enough thought. So the next thing is, the child does something bad, something you don't agree with, and you start hitting them because that's how your parents raised you, and your parents raised your parents before you, whatever.
I do not think so. Like, at all. So, luckily for me, I have the opportunity of working in an orphanage and being up close with kids and working with them through issues here. And I've come to realize that if you can communicate with kids like they are human beings, they're actually very simple. What a lot of people do not understand is kids have sense. They are very smart, but people want to treat them like, oh, do this and do that. Nah, talk to a child, boss, how far? I won't make you run this thing for me, but I know say you know they're comfortable. However, this now how you go run now, where you go feel they comfortable small. The child too go feel like say, okay, this guy they talk to me like adults. Make I reason like adults too. And to be honest, it works every time.
Some kids are stubborn. I feel like you need to know it doesn't have to be okay, you can correct them without beating them. But some kids are very stubborn. Until you beat them, that's when they will know that this thing is very wrong.
Yes. Egbala fi n léwèrè jáde. So it is very, very important. There's some children, I don't know if everybody here works with children or have lived with kids. Kids are mini demons. No matter how you talk to them and say, okay, don't do this, and you tell them this is right, it goes here and comes out from here. So sometimes you actually need to beat them, not hurt them, but like beat them.
Sorry, when you say beat them and not hurt them, that makes me confused.
Okay, like when I mean hurt, like don't draw blood. Basically, seriously, don't draw blood, but you can beat them, you can give them punishments that they used to give us when we were young. We stood down for maybe 1 hour, you suck your thumb, you ride bicycle, so many things, but like you said, don't hurt them.
No, I don't think it's necessary. I think there are other ways to discipline children. The thing is it's like, pardon me to talk, it's like with animals, right? Animals, you know how they say you shouldn't hit animals and stuff. Animals hit their own children. Do you know this? Like they would bite their children when their children go off track and stuff to let them know that, don't do that shit will get you killed, So I don't know, man. There might be levels to this shit. It might get to a point where the child is just going to kill themselves, you know what I'm saying? And you're just like, don't do that shit, you know what I'm saying? You're going to die. Yeah, so I don't know. I personally, I wouldn't beat my child, but, people that beat their children, sometimes I get it.
I would just take advantage of my child's weakness. Like, yes, if my child doesn't like to be yelled at, I'll yell at you and just push that button. But I won't hit you. Or your favorite thing, if you like to go out, if you like to hang out with friends, I won't let you go out. If you like to... Yes, I'm not hitting you, but there are other ways to like discipline a child. Hitting will actually make the child very worse. I'm using myself as an example.
You don't have to break the skin or physically hurt the child to be able to discipline. So there are other ways. It could be, I think the most basic one should be probably confiscating. It sounds white, but then it just looks like it works.
Like communication. Like, cause you know me, I practically raised my nieces. I have like 6-7 girls that I practically raised. So we relate as if we are like friends. The oldest is about 14, and then she sees me and she says, "What's up, yo? What's good, bro? How you doing, bro?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good. I'm alright." She's about to finish and all sense. So I feel like that kind of relationship, they know that okay, there are boundaries that I cannot cross. And then because we have this kind of open relationship where we can, have a talk without judgment, when they do something wrong, they are free to come to me and say, okay, this is what I did, how can we fix it? I made a mistake. So I don't have to shout at you, I don't have to beat you before you get it. Because at the end of the day, you realize that you don't actually correct them when you beat them. There is no correction in that situation. Someone does something wrong and then the first thing you do is beat. You don't explain why it is wrong to break a plate, for example.
Communication, start early, starts from when they're in the womb or something. Start talking to them because they can actually understand. You can train a dog to do several things, not to talk of a child, And it should be more intentional.
I don't know, actually. I've been thinking about it, so I don't know how I'm going to do it to my children.
Once you get physical, or some parents they get abusive with words.
From the start. The moment you raise that first hand against the child, you've abused the child.
when it is physical. Like some parents are very seriously, some parents are very wicked. Some might hurt the child, like maybe with anything they see, like any. Yes, some people are like that. Some people can use orogun or
I feel when it's too much of everything is not good. When it's too much, like too serious. When you are hurting the person, like seriously hurting the person, it doesn't have to be physical, but like when you're, because sometimes some people feel they're disciplining someone and like they will be abusing the person, cursing and all that. So like when it's getting too much, it will get to the person and the person might not actually listen to you anymore because it's too much. So I feel when it's too much of everything is not good. Yeah. You're welcome.